10 years ago, I actually predicted that mermaids and mermen were gonna be trending. Not that I was inaccurate in that assessment, but I'm still hoping that that will still happen. Why? I will tell you this. Welcome, story lovers, to the Story Dude Show with another video, another episode, with your host Jared Dean Winchester, also known as the Story Dude. So let's get right into it, shall we? There were actually two shows that came out of Australia that I used this as a basis for, that I used as my template, if you will, to predict that mermaids and mermen were going to be the trend. And those two shows were H2O Just Add Water and Mako Mermaids. The producer or the production company that came up with this concept of the moon pool and how on a full moon, and if where the full moon shines in the moon pool, anyone who's in the moon pool gets turned into a merfolk if you were a human, and the mermaids or merfolk who are in the moon pool at the same time, their powers would advance. Now, this whole concept was a little bit new to me when I first came across it, but I liked it. Now, Mako Mermaids and H2O Just Add Water had 3 mermaids, but Mako Mermaids made it about a merman, which is kind of a twist. So you can understand that based on this, I would have thought, or I would have theorized, that mermaids and mermen were going to be the thing. Also, there was something else. There were rumors at that time that Channing Tatum was going to be in the new Splash movie, the Splash remake, where he was going to be the merman falling in love with a land girl. Now, if you understand the world of mermaids and mermen correctly, land people are actually the ones on Earth. Merfolk, mermen, and mermaids were sea creatures. However, there's a whole different world to this. Now, Jonathan M. Schiff Productions, the production company that came with this concept, that produced this concept, did a really good job. Now, and this is not a review. This episode is not a review of that. Now, I wish in the near future this will come to fruition. The trend will come to fruition, but we have not seen that yet. And I think I know why. Because remakes, book adaptations, and prequels and sequels, those have turned out to be the bread and butter of mainstream cinema. And honestly, if you've watched any of my previous episodes that I've put up recently, you would have known, or you would have seen, how I reacted to that, how I responded to that. I commented saying that it's failing, or mainstream cinema is failing. You can go back and watch it. But I'm still hoping that one of these days, there's going to be a trend, a new trend, just like there was with vampires and werewolves, where Twilight was the catalyst for that. The Twilight movies were actually the catalyst for it. And we had variations like the Teen Wolf TV show about werewolves and vampires. True Blood is also one of them. Vampire Diaries, and let's not forget the originals. So I'm hoping this would be a trend that will be picked up on if mainstream cinema or the Hollywood of either Australia or America would not slow down on remakes, sequels, prequels, and book adaptations. If they're not going to tone it down anytime soon, then I'm hoping that they would pick up on this. So, with that being said, thank you for joining me for this short episode of the Story News Show. I post anywhere between 2 to 3 episodes per month, with a plan coming shortly to do weekly episodes. So be on the lookout for that. Like, comment, and subscribe. And because I do this 2 or 3 times a month, be sure to check all of my episodes out. And as always, don't forget to turn that page.